last for a while. Even though I'm wasting time, I don't wanna be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go my own way, gonna let the past burn down. Cause honestly, don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. With you, I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'm on my way now.
Welcome back to another Arab Nation Live Tonight show with the hockey coach, Joe Coach Franchise avec for the beautiful country at Thailand on the great Wednesday night, March 8th, the International Woman or the Woman International Day around the world. We want to mention this to each one of them. Hopefully they have an amazing, great day. And tonight we are right now talking about the Let's Talk Abs. Who do you keep or not for next season? We're going to go through different players. Who do you want to keep to consist with the Montreal Canadiens? Would you like Ken Hughes trade or not different players? So that's what we're going to have on this program for 60 minutes. And we're going to talk about different subjects around the league, NHL news. We're going to bring to you a little bit in the next couple of minutes. And then we're going to talk about different news about the Montreal Canadiens. You played last night. They won. They lost, but they scored 4-3 on the shootout, and then we're going to talk about, of course, of what happening today at the practice in Brassard. I have a couple of news about different players are back on the ice, but it was an optional practice. Not many players was on the ice today in Brassard. We know Montreal Canadiens have about like 18 games to go before the end of the season. 3 games only in NHL. Already to surprise, the Minnesota Pride are winning right now 3-1 again the Winnipeg Jet. That's the game I'm watching right now live. And then we have the Detroit losing by the score 2-1. This is the last time I watched the score. Let me check what we got. Still 2-1 over there. The Chicago are right now beat the Detroit. Very difficult time for Detroit right now. Send the trade deadline. And that's what we got so far. Otherwise, at 10 o'clock, the Anaheim Ducks play again the Vancouver Canucks. That's the only game we got on the program tonight. And that's conclude a great Wednesday night. We have a few people knock the door. First of all, RJ Calabro, the collaborator, all the update about the HNLT show is with us tonight. Give us all the update. We have Gary Cournoyer, a roadrunner from Montreal with... great supporter of the Hockey Nation Live show. Always here when we turn on the switch. Gary, thanks so much to be with us every single time. And of course, we have Mr. Chicago Bear fans proud of his Blackhawks for now winning 2-1. Congratulations, Nick. Nick continued, I believe, on his team. Whatever was going on, they are right now in the race to get Connor Bedard or Adam Fantilli. You're not going to miss. If ever you pick Fantilli or Bedard, you're going to have an amazing, great long run with those players. What the Adam Fantilli guy dominate. When I said dominate completely the NCAA, unbelievable. Talking about NCAA, Montreal Canadiens have 2 players have some kind of awards today. I'm going to talk about this the next couple of minutes. We have, of course, Yann Genet dans la belle province de Nouveau-Brunswick. New Brunswick, our friend Yann Genet. Great supporter of the Hockey National Show. The most of the thing, he participates to the warm-up show Monday to Friday. He sent us those predictions every single night. So, Yann, thank you to be the man of those warm-up show every time you pop up here. Mr. Ellen and L.H. Henson. He's on the house, L.H. Henson, I can mention to you. He is with the Hockey Nation Show, like another great supporter. Love my app Daily News. He's always pop up when we turn the switch. So very nice to see you around us. Our friend Claude Girard, il est de retour avec nous ce soir. Welcome back, Claude. Hopefully doing well. Claude participates a lot at the show now. Regular at the Hockey Nation Show. Plus, he joined and watched the app Daily News. I produce a video every single day, guys, at 11 o'clock a.m. You can watch those videos. It's a little bit about Montreal Canadiens, what's going on. I don't do too much anymore, the recap game or the preview game. I think you get so many news around the, on the YouTube channel, TV, you can know what's going on. I prefer to talk about fun subject, the stories, co-friendship videos, and everything like that. I think there's been more popular about that whatsoever. Not many people watch my video. I don't know how the YouTube channel works, but it is what it is at the end of the night. People love more to watching PlayStation and with some comments. That's a strange. Roger Butch Bouchard is in the house. Butch, welcome aboard. By the way, if you are the new one, you not too much know about the NLT show. This is your show. So we talk about Montreal Canadiens, but we talk about everything going on around the league. And then secondly, I will say to you, if you have any question, this is the time to ask me. You get I'm available for you for 60 minutes and talk about anything. So if you have any question, any comments, or you want to start a conversation, the chat, please, guys, sharing. This is the place you run and you drive this channel. This is yours. It's not mine. Me, I'm just here to support and to talk about hockey. But again, you're the one who want to create some kind of conversation, ask question. If I can help you about rules, salary cap, everything about hockey. If I can do that, I will do my best to bring to you. That's not a problem. Here we go. RG Cave Consist. Mr. Enartap is in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Enartap, co-host of the warm-up show. The Jets score and cut the lead again for the second time tonight for 2-1 goal. This time is on the power play goal. No, it's not on power play goal. Neither Reader score for the Winnipeg Jets. I think it's the second or third goal with the Jets. He got 3 for the Nashville Predator. Nino is now 20 goals this year. We know we have a couple of good years with the Canada Hurricane. But again, the Jets now cut the lead from 2-1. And that's happening. And that's for the number 62 for the Winnipeg Jets. Still 2-1 for the Detroit Red Wings. Prime time with Cold Frenchy. Thanks so much, Bush. Very kind of you. People duck each other. Question. Connais-tu Léo Bassett? Non, je connais pas Léon Bassett. Yann, pas vraiment. Dave Zucker from Boca Raton, big fan of the New York Rangers, is in the house. The Red Wings tie the game. The captain, Dylan Larkin, scored on power play goal, tied the game with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go remaining on the second period. So, and a lot of action, whatever. We have only 2 games, a lot of goal left and right. And we're going to give you everything you need to know, guys. We have Dave said in our top and the best hockey fan on the best show. Thanks so much, Mr. Dave. Always a pleasure having you. Yo, in our top. Winnipeg is like Pittsburgh, Gary Cournoyer. Yeah, it's a great comment to say that. You never know what you expect from them. But they should win those games tonight. They cannot drop those games if they want to have a better run. I think it's a team a little bit more nervous, don't play too much with confidence, and they don't capitalize usually. So they need some players step up, honestly, for their team. I don't think so. They play with Pierre-Luc Dubois tonight, if I can be wrong here. But I don't think he is on the lineup tonight. Our friend Alexandre Meyer is in the house. Alexandre went to the game last night. If you are going to the game last night, this is one of the best game and an entertaining, excitement game for the Montreal Canadiens last night. Again, the Carolina Hurricane, Victory Pelican 4-3 in a shootout. He took, 6 shots before they score? And I think that's what you're looking for. Excitement. Montreal came back. They take the lead. Fortunately, they gave a goal at the end of the game. But again, I like the way they play last night. And that's what we're looking for at the end of the day. RG said 9 likes. Thanks so much for all the likes we got. But I stopped drinking. I don't remember. Well, the overtime, Alexandre, they don't start to drink. They don't start to sell the beer after second period. At some location, they do that. I think at USA, they do that after the second period. They start to sell drink. I want them to win this game. Then they can lose the rest of the game. The compete rivalry between the Red Wings and the Chicago Blackhawks. Here we go. Bonsoir, Yann. RJ. Likes button. Thanks so much. J 32 Dave, thanks so much. Schedules for update a question, put letter Q. Here we go, RG. That's the way to see that, coach. As Martin said, we explain why he used Savard and OT and power play. I did not see that. I did not have any question about this. I watched those conversation. Last night, he talked more about the team effort against the Kane. This morning, he was really focusing on Kovacevic. There are a lot of questions about Kovacevic this morning, but not really as Savard on the power play. Now, if you look about the defensemen, they have the Edmondson, Whiteman, Kovacevic, Jordan Harris, Madison. It's not like they have a lot of great, but I think Montreal should go with a Whiteman. I know Whiteman is not, but maybe you need a speed player with some kind. I don't know. Or Iris could be another one. I don't know. I'm very curious about why you go with David Savard. Very slow players, like on the power play. You have space. You have an area you can go with your speed. But I can understand. Sometimes you want to use a defensive players, but geez, David Savard power play, that's what I mean? I don't know. I did not find this answer. I will try to get that one, but I will definitely look about this too now. Leader is very underestimated player in NHL. That's the kind of player, guys, is the bubble player. I call them the bubble player. You really good top 9 players. But at the end of the day, he's an amazing, great third line players. If you need him for a couple of games, he can jump in on the second line, right? But his role, the way he play, he's a guy who will give you 20 goals per year. He play, a good forechecking, a back checker, really smart hockey players, and he can have some kind of skill. He can score. So you're right about this. And if you put him on the right chair with the right rope, I think that's what you call a narrator. Draft by the Minnesota Wild, trade to the Carolina Hurricanes, and after that, one to Nashville Predator, et now with the Winnipeg Jets. Que penses-tu des rumeurs d'expansion NHL là-dessus attendu? Oui, Yann, on a entendu parler de ça. The last couple of days, he talked about 2 expansion team. This guy is not going to happen in next year, right? They have 2 options here. They talk about Atlanta and Georgia, and Houston and Texas. 2 areas where Atlanta struggle a lot. Third time now, 2 times the NHL try to build a team over there. And then you have a Houston area. The problem with Houston is the rink. They don't have a building rink over there as a hockey team. And the NHL does not like to share the building with another NBA. And the NBA, if they said to NHL come a building, they're going to rent the place. It's become a little bit more difficult when you have 2 professional teams reuse the same building. It's happening before, but it's not the best scenario about that. Now, Arizona is the one where they maybe could move from Arizona to go to Houston, example. Kansas State have an amazing, great rink over there. The hockey grow in Missouri area. It could go there someday. Why not Canada? It's because the TV contract in USA, revenues, everything like that is better over there. And the money, pay the player, it's make more money in USA, everything like that. You remember Gary Bettman worked for one thing, increasing the value of each franchise in NHL. This is his job. That's it, that's all. People say, he talks about the rules, he does this. Gary Bettman does only one job. It's marketing, promote hockey, then make the revenue, the value of each franchise increasing every year. That's the job he does. When you suspend one player, you have nothing to do with that part over there. Of course, he overview. Of course, he has something come on his office. But don't think he's right now sitting and thinking about the referee, everything like that. It's not a job of the commissioner, right? But the owner are very happy about him, by the way. RJ to Detroit, thanks so much. And Melissa is in the house. Welcome aboard. Question, here we go. That's what I like. I like question. I know we're supposed to talk about my subject, but first we have to serve you. This is a mission of what I bring to you here, is to serve you. What is Cooley injury this time, and is season in for him? Great question, Kenan Cooley. No, he's already back on the ice. He practiced with a no-contact jersey. He started yesterday with solo. Now he practiced. Now the team today was optional. I would expect him to be ready. I don't know Thursday or Saturday. It's a shoulder problem he got the last time, and that's what happening to him. But so expect Aiden Coley to come back very soon. Same thing with Justin Barron. He's just starting to do some kind of edge work skating or power skating if you want to, solo only. Work on the inside edge, outside edge, and everything like that. And you can see him before the practice for the Montreal Canadiens this morning. So, question of the days for both of them. Maybe 1 week for Justin Barron, but Caden Cooley will be really quickly back in the lineup for the Montreal Canadiens. Great question, Roger. What do you think the power play will look like next year with Medicine Defense at Caulfield next year? But again, we all depends what we get as the roster. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. The roster Montreal Canadiens will be already changing during the summer. But if you think about unit number 1, if we don't have the same kind of defensemen around, we're going to get Mike Madison, Cole Caulfield, Nick Zuski. That's 3 over there. Now, they're building a chemistry with Josh Anderson right now in front of the net and everything like that. That's number 4. We need to add 1. I don't know if Sean Monahan will be a part of the Montreal. If Sean Monahan is a part of Montreal Canadiens, I think he's going to be on unit number 1. Why? Because you like to have 2 center to winning the face-off. That would change a bit the modification. Now you have Mike Hoffman right now on the power play number 1, right, with the Montreal Canadiens. It could, of course, jumping over there, but Nick Zuski, they like to put him on the right side. If you use Mike Hoffman, I would love to Nick Zuski develop more his bumper area. And that would be one area I think he should learn about this, and not to go on the right, because on the right side or the left side, depends what you want to say that, right? He's a right shooter, so he don't have a one-timer over there. I don't say Nick Zuski have a really one-timer. He have a good wrist shot, but it's become now easier to figure out this with Nick Zuski now. So I think for him, I would love him to develop the bumper, leave you Mike Hoffman on the left side, and use Cole Caulfield on the right side. So you have 2 directions you can go as a power play number 1. The power play number 2 depends what they have on the roster. Claude, great question about that one over there. William McClary, another big fan of the Hockey National Show. Welcome back, William. Dave, thanks so much to be with us. Ron with Kings, welcome back, moderator of the Hockey National Show. Alexandre, no, the consist selling beer entered anyway. I was invited to an open bar table. I was drinking best bottle of wine of my life. This was awesome. Congratulations. Well deserved. First of all, you deserve it, Alexandre. And I'm always happy for other people. They have a great time and entertaining by any sport, major sports or junior or, minor. It's just life is short. Enjoy. Dave, question, coach. Can we still be friends after my Rangers win in Montreal tomorrow night? Not a problem, Dave. That would be all good. The Rangers struggling. I'm a little bit concerned about the Rangers. Sometimes you bring the big name over there. Remember, you have only 1 puck on the ice, and they cannot sharing the puck, right? I don't know they're going to fit very well. The chemistry over there is the team should be flying right now, and they don't get yet. They're not landing nowhere. They cannot loading the plane yet. They have to figure out something there because they're not play like they're supposed to play. Everybody was going to be at the beginning of the trade deadline when they trade, Tarasenko, Kane, Motte, everything. So, oh my God, this thing was going to be great. They're missing Lambert. They're missing left defenseman, and they are not just like it was last year. So it's a lot of point derogation over there. I'm not saying they are not. Not be a good team. I just said they need to find a way to get better chemistry all together. So a great point, great question, Dave. Don't worry about this. I'll be fine. If my work keeping knowing his hurt mark is healthy, it's all depend Ron about the quality of his contract offering. And hockey, I always said, hockey just give them chance, someone, Billy or someone, and I don't know. Can he accept a 2 deal $4 million for a team looking like Minnesota? Carolina. Now Carolina with Kokanemi leading better. I think Carolina will skip the center. But a guy like you know, Minnesota don't have a really lot of good center over there, a good rope. But again, I'm not sure a team like them could maybe offer him a $4 million 2 years. And worst case, go injury, just put him on the long-term injury reserve. It's not big deal at the end of the day. If a guy like him, you can capitalize on be close to the salary cap, that would be an offering. I explained on my video 2 days ago where you can sign money in for 1 year contract at $2 million and give him a bonus, additional bonus for goal, assist, gameplay, whatever you want it, an extra $2 million. That would be the property for him. And for him, he need to rebuild his name in this in the NHL. That's, you know what I mean? Like, he make a lot of money now. I think for him, is it like, I want to be a place where my family will be great. You know, when you become, a husband, you want to build a family, hockey become a bit secondary. He make a ton of money already in NHL. It's about like $25 million. He look like a smart guy. So for me, quality life would be his first priority. He's enjoyed to be in Montreal. You know, that team growing, and he can rebuild his name because he's going to be at the top 6, get a couple of points more, and get another opportunity to get a little, another 3 years contract at $5 million. Who knows? I don't know the future. But that would be a deal Montreal should consider, in my opinion. So something we have to follow up. Great question, by the way, about this. Then we have people welcome everybody. That's great to see that. Thanks so much. The Laval Rocket losing 4-0. They have a very difficult year against Belleville Senator. The Laval Rocket, like the Montreal against Ottawa Senator. And can Monk support a second team? In our tab, talk about Ontario could do that. Bonsoir. Agree in our tab, the GTA and Toronto could easily support a second team. I think we should keep Cole Caulfield, Kirby Dak, Drouin, Melissa. So those 3 players don't go. 2 players, Doc and Cole Caulfield, don't go nowhere. We're going to talk about this next 5 minutes. Gary, I see Arias been the 7th defenseman next year. It all depends who's coming back, right? But if you think on the left side, you have Jekai, Cooley, Arias, and Madison. Now, you can add Edmondson if you don't go nowhere. So, right there, you're going to have 5 defensemen on the left side. On the right side, let's go back with Savard, Barron, Kovacevic. That's 8. Right there. So, you have to be a little bit concerned about that, right? So, 8, 13, 21, plus 2, 23. Can they move Caden Coley on the right side? Can they teach Jordan Harris to play more on the right defense on the right side? I'm not sure. I think for me, the key is Edmondson for right now, but a great point, Gary, about Harris. Like people talk in the chat, Ontario can bring top money to NHL coach. They are 7 Canadian team, and they will help even out that while they bring is. But here's the point about that in our tap is they bring money, but not American money, and that's the biggest problem about this. If you look about the value in our tap of the team in Canada, Montreal, Toronto have a good value there. But after that, the value of Winnipeg, Ottawa, it's not like there was like other team and franchise. The contract the ESPN or TNT is double more money compared to the contract with 600 million or 900 million, 500 million, I believe, of the Sportnet, everything. Again, not said you cannot build a team over there. It just said, I think they focus more on the USA to add more team compared to Canada. I think there will be, again, for me, it's not a problem, but you can see how they're targeting right now. Thanks so much, RJ. Hamilton, Batman want to expand the U.S. More. Yes, possible there, Gary. I don't think so it will happen right away. It was just someone open up this and then move on with more conversation about that. I know it would be never happen again, but guys, I wish Quebec City never lost their team, William. You're absolutely about this. A great location again. The market is small over there, unfortunately, for the sponsorship, everything. It's But again, it would be packed anyway at the end of the night. You're welcome, my friend. We expect more from Patrick Kane. It will possible happen. Be like tomorrow night. I think the Rangers will be like, yeah, possible there. Worry about the Rangers. They will keep a run period of playoff. And then look out. The Chesterfield would be a beast mode. I'm still did not see the Chesterfield we said this year compared last season yet. It could happen. I'm not sure, but you never know about that. He's one of the most eccentric goalie I've see without question. Good evening, Mr. Randy Walkman. Thanks so much, everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Thanks you for all the like we got so far. Edmondson would be gone by the start of the season. Gary Conway said, I have to keep someone to build this time around. Money is not a problem for an attack to bring team into Canada. So that's what we got tonight, guys. Before we talk about the subject we have and present some of the players, guys, we'll give you a little bit around the league. First of all, guys, add news. Got a couple of news. First of all, we talk about Bush, talk about Cooley and Barron. The update they have, Cooley skate with the Montreal Canadiens. He's still on the non-contact jersey, the blue one or the black one, whatever you want to call it. And then Barron just skate alone solo, just do some kind of edge work. So both of them at some point will be returning, and no concern about the end before the end of the season. They will be back at some point. Could be this week or next week for both players. Madison Savard would take care of the leadership on defense. Now, Lane Hudson, guys. So Lane Hudson, what is amazing, he become, first of all, the first rookie as a defenseman to have the most point in the Hockey East NCAA. Never happened in the past. As you finish the top scorer on number of the point at any moment in NCAA. Since Jack Eichel, 2014-15, he became the first rookie to finish at the top scoring point in NCAA. This is huge. You can say, oh, he's small. I understand that. But he did it. That's what you have to remember. He did it. Whatever you think about him, he did it. And this, guys, for the 62 overall pick, this is a home run. I don't know what you're going to look like in NHL, but this is a home run. He's going to be like Cole Caulfield, I believe. He's going to return one more year in NCAA. I think Montreal don't want to push him faster for his development to let another one. But imagine him next year in NCAA. He will just consider what he's doing. That's why he's been there since the beginning of the season, guys. So, would be interesting. But again, if you have a Montreal Canadiens fan, so you see a guy like Lane Hudson, whatever he's 5'9", 5'10", whatever you want to call him, this is really excited for the future for the Montreal Canadiens. So this is the news for Lane Hudson. On the flip side, but we have always talked about Sean Farrell all year long. And Sean Farrell got the MVP, player par excellence, the most player par excellence value, and the Ivy Hockey League NCAA. This recruit 8 hockey team and that's that league. And this is a good team. This is not like a bad team over there on that league. And he was the best players, the MVP of that league this year. Another great awards for Montreal Canadiens. So what's the case with Sean Farrell? But Sean Farrell, guy, is another small player, 5'8", and he was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens 4 round, I believe. And he was play for USAHL team, national team earlier before that, with Chicago Steel after that. And then he got played 2 years with Harvard University. Now, what's next for him? But now, like he did Cole Caulfield, by the way, Sean Farrell at 47 points. So Cole Caulfield, after 2 years with the Wisconsin Badger, he decided to sign with the Montreal Canadiens. This is what happening, I believe, the next couple of weeks. Now, they can't do anything until his team, the Harvard, are eliminated. They're going to start the playoff very soon. I don't know if it's this weekend or following weekend. And then after that, if they make the Final Four, that's going to be at the beginning of April. So I'll give him the chance to play maybe a couple of games with Montreal if he's still eliminated. And then after that, or he can join the Laval Rocket if he signs a contract ELC. People say he's going to burn in 1 year. No. He's not going to play 10 games with Montreal Canadiens. So don't worry about the burning year or whatever it is. But he could, of course, not play with Montreal. He goes straight to Laval Rocket and complete the season there. Will be interesting. Last year, he joined the World Championship, and last year I think it was in May, but this year I think it's still in May or April, late in April, could be May or end of the April. This year is in Finland, if I can record it. So will be interesting what happening to him for Sean Farrell. So this is pretty much what we got on the ad news. You know already what happened last night. Montreal lost 4-3. Good performance for the bottom six. And I just want to share with you what happened here. We have a few people in the house talking about the 2-2. I try to pick it up, everything here. I apologize. Sometimes I talk and I don't looking for the feed on the right side. Thanks so much, Randy, for your information. Angelo is in the house. And Annapolis is a hockey town. Not really. Remember a long time ago with the WHA, Annapolis Highs. I think Wayne Gretzky played over there, by the way. They've always been a team playing the minor league over there. I can follow them on the East Coast Hockey League, and you can follow them in another league. I think it was the IHL, the International Hockey League. Jesus, I remember this. That's a long time ago. And but it's not like a location really like involved with hockey. You have a couple of team minor, the hockey grow over there, but not like it was before, in my opinion. So do you prefer you pass up with or without great cheese? Usually, I prefer no cheese, but nothing wrong about that. The Winnipeg just knocked the door, cannot score with Kyle Corner about that. So hopefully that answers your question about my cheese. Leonardson is such a good snack for Montreal. You're absolutely right about this, William. I agree with you. This is a great home run for the Montreal Canadiens. I have a read from a couple of pro scouts. The value of Dave Ribacher as rising translate, and that Montreal will try to let him with one of the top pick at top. Yeah, you have some people say yes or no. So he is increasing for sure his value before the season starts. You have 3 steps in the draft, sometimes 4. You have the October, you have the Christmas time, or the after the World Junior Championship. Then after that, you have the mid-season with cross. Then after that, you're going to get the 18 tournament years old next month, and then you get another one over there. And some people make another one before the draft. I think it's a little bit too late on that one, but so you have about 4-step time you can make a mock draft. Since October, one of the players rising a lot, his value is Dave Ribacher. Depends how you want to pronounce his name. Some people in French, Ribacher. But at the end of the day, he's going to be he's a good defenseman, a big 6'2", very great on defensive, play a lot of minutes on his first year professional, and plus he play on the top pairing in this league, so he is increasing a lot his value. Defensively is solid, physicality is great. Skating need to improve, offensive side need to improve. But you talk about the best top 3 defensemen in this NHL draft. Some people like Sandin Pelika. Some people like the Russian, like we mentioned yesterday, Kuliev. And then you can add, Saint-Michel, I believe, or Saint-Michel, another big guy, defenseman, 6'5". But at the end of the day, I think the Montreal Canadiens could looking for a big defenseman like him. Imagine him with Mailloux at 6'4". You have another big defenseman. He could become a 6'3", a little bit later when you grow. He could grow a little bit more. You have Barron over there. I think that defense could be better of that one. I don't see him at the top 10 for the Montreal Canadiens, but it could become, depends when Montreal, they get the Florida Panthers pick. Can they make the playoff or not? I think they will consider if he's still eligible on the board, but expect his name be a really, stick with the Montreal Canadiens and many times during the next couple of months as a draft pick for the Montreal. Okay, now, of course, for Melissa. Leonardson is the Bees' best offense defense since Markov. that's the point you can consider this, Gary. Absolutely. Thanks so much for all the like we got so far. I appreciate that. Can be 7 okay then, but they will never allow it. Austin before any other center in the USA for NHL for William. Austin look like Hudson, look like better, but at defense. A little bit exaggerate about that, but if Lane Hudson become a top pairing for like on the second pairing for Lane Hudson, and he's going to be an amazing, great power play. The Montreal Canadiens going to have maybe one of the best defensemen power play since Markov. They play for the Montreal Canadiens. The guy is unbelievably great. So it'll be interesting what he's going to do. But again, I'm watching right now Winnipeg Jet. The only the Winnipeg Jet scored the third goal right now. Fleury is very hot tonight. 36 shots already he faced. He gave only 2 goals. Quebec deserve a team first. Jake McEnway, welcome aboard. Thanks for being with the Hockey Nation Live Show tonight. Hey, Dane. Good. The world lead the bees at 3-2, leading into the third period. You cannot hit what you cannot catch, as per Hudson. I would love to see it in a tap. I could snowmobile to a home game. 4-1, the Laval Rocket. What is happening, Yann? Here you go. Sorry, Jet are not play well right now. They don't play well for many time right now. Thanks so much for RG update. Hopefully not for Melissa. No from Coach Randy, Melissa. Question: we need to keep Hoffman for next year trade deadline and hope he has a good year. Yes, it's a great point right there. He's going to get his last season of his contract with Montreal. And then after that, you're going to see what he look like at the trade deadline. Maybe a team could ask for him. He's going to cost about $2 million for if Montreal retaining his contract. So, yes, I can understand that. If Montreal. On the flip side, I'm going to talk about him the next couple of minutes. I was finishing my answer to you, Gary, so I don't want to sell everything here. But I want to share it with you another thing, guys. I want to talk about the team development for Montreal Canadiens for the rest of the season. I maybe put this on my Daily News today, but I want to share it with you. I really believe there are 3 steps and team development for it you need. It's necessary. So people asking me what the Montreal need to focus, what they need to do for the rest of the year, everything like that. But it's a small goal, right? You want to be sure as the team, you maybe add them to make a small goal. So maybe the next 5 games, let's see, have 3 points. So they challenge the players, right? I remember I was coaching, or I was here at Bruce Boudreau when the team was eliminated. He said, look, the next 7 game, guys, is our playoff games. So let's winning the playoff game. So you try to motivate the players for many other reasons. You try to bring some goal every day for each player. As a team collectively and as individual players to teaching them. It's because you don't want to get them and give up already. So 3 elements I want to bring to you tonight, guys, about the development for necessary for the Montreal Canadiens right now. It's about the preparation. That's the first thing they need to be sure. The start of the game. You want to be sure them start very well every game. Because it will be part of your brand and your culture every time. So this is one thing area Montreal need to start. Remember, like Vegas, they was flat. Last night, a better start against the Carolina Hurricane. And this, for me, is very important for the Montreal Canadiens to have those kind of preparation until the end of the season. And you make a goal like that. 18 games to go, guys, all right? The preparation of the game. Check in, check out at the end of the night. And that's how you work this way. You keep the interest of the team with enthusiasm, with positivity message for the team. Challenge them. If not, they will go down. Second thing, guys, I want to talk about the team development 3 step is the perseverance with discipline. Without 2 elements there, it will not work. Never give it up. And Montreal they are really strong about that. They finish the third period better. They are down by 1 or 2 goals. One thing they bring on the table every night is the effort. Whatever they play on the ice, the effort is always there. So give up and never give up is you have to use the word perseverance. The perseverance is going to bring you there. If not, you're going to give up. And Montreal for the next 18 games have to focusing on the perseverance to never give up and with discipline. But the discipline is to stay on the race of what we bring on the table. What is the goal? What is your three-step about the team together? And you go all the way like that. Some players play for a new contract. Some players play right now on the survivor mode. They want to have a spot in NHL. It's okay. But it's not about the points, not about the goal. It's about to put the team together and to be sure as the individual player and as a team, you connect all the dots together. And my third one, I want to talk about this, guys, for my three-step at the team development until the end of the season. It's about the emotion. It's about the mental. And it's about the concept. Three elements for the players have to bring every single day at the practice, at the gym, on the traveling, and on the ice. This is an area. Emotional, they have to be ready every game. Their mindset have to be mentally to be clear and to not feel fatigue and to figure out themselves, their body to finish strong the year. Thirdly, the concept of the team. Play the game and the game, like Martin said, the little details of the game, how we play a defensive zone, and how what he bring on the table, the details, block shot, everything. I can go all the way like that. But this is a goal, I believe, all the team development need to practice right now for the next 18 game as the team unit together. As I'm sharing with you, I'll maybe bring more information on this. The Chicago Blackhawks, they delete 3-2, by the way. Joey Anderson, ex-Toronto Maple Leafs, scored his start of the year, and over the Detroit Red Wings, not a good night for prediction. The good news, we don't go to the jail. So that's the good news about that one over there. Good evening, Dan Hashem. Pierre Martin is in the house, and welcome aboard. Pierre Martin, thanks to be with the Hockey National Show. I can see if we missed some time over there. Oxtie lead with 3-2. Belleville's 5-3. Pierre Martin is in the house. I tried to get something else. I get off man. And I can't go all the way down. Good evening, Dan. I see Anderson been part of the rebuild. There's nobody in the NHL like him can use love to carry. Yeah, it's a point about this. At least they get something big and huge in return. And maybe they believe they have a forward can play his role about that. He's still going to turn, 29 now? So I agree with you about this comments with Gary about Anderson. Luciano is in the house. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. That's what happening around the league. Is a term of people like Blake Wheeler. Back in the house. This is really interesting. Blake Wheeler talk about Andrew Crystal. So Crystal is a really interesting player. See, he play right now, and the Jet are going to be on the power play right away. They have 39 shots, by the way, at the third period, at the halfway. Andrew Crystal guy play on the WHL, have an amazing, great hockey player. He score. He has an offensive mindset very well. The problem is his skating. Is orthodox. Is striving. Is not natural. He is awkward. We said about his skating. It's not pretty. Tyler Toffoli, guys, drop in the draft pick because he's skating. That's what Andrew Crystal is. But on the flip side, you can produce his hands, his hockey sense, his scoring chance, the way he score, the way he play, like anybody. Benson for Winnipeg Ice right now. That's what he is, Andrew Crystal. It's another one like we talked about Rinbatcher a little bit earlier. It was at the bottom of the first round, beginning of second round. He pick it up every year, every month. It's increasing. I'm not sure he's going to be a top 10. He's not a big forward, by the way, but the hockey sense is there. The skill is there. Is a talent plus. Because of his size, because his skating, it will drop, I believe, in the draft. But I don't know. Is it at 10-15? Is it 15-20? Is it the team don't want to take a chance like a guy like him and push him to maybe about 22-25? I'm not sure. This is a player right now is difficult to read in that draft right now because the way he skate and the way he is his size. But talent-wise, skill-wise, guy is the top 5 in that draft. maybe top 10 if you want to mention about the Bedolf and Teddy. But you're absolutely about this. Great question, Mr. Wheeler. Blake, by the way, welcome back in the house. Blake, glad to see you around with the new logo of Colorado Avalanche. Blake always been a great supporter of the Hockey Nation show many years, many months ago. Coach, if Armin's just writing out his contract, taking the money and run, I think he should be benched until next year. I don't see that. I think Montreal have to figure out something with him, but I don't see that. I think what's happening is Montreal right now, with many injuries they don't have a lot of, like, sit Hoffman for what at the end of the day and put Pesada or Belzile is not going to help the Montreal Canadiens, right? Martin said we want to win every night, and he's really focusing for him to performing every night. And I'm not sure he's going to bench him or not. Hoffman was not a bad player for the last couple of weeks for Montreal Canadiens. By the way, he was the most point in February with Nick Ziski. He just have a bad game, a bad turnover last game, but we'll be interesting to see him. I think we're going to talk to him about the next couple of minutes. Danny is in the house. Welcome back, Danny. Caprizal just left the eyes and we pick a lot of pain, not look bad or weight on his leg. Hopefully not bad for William McClary. Thanks for the update about this one over there. I watch the game, but sometimes I talk, I can have a chance what's going on. That would be bad for Minnesota. And I thought you can trade us a code right there. Yes, sir. And I thought you search a talent, then you can draft us a small players. Here we go. Lane Hudson just turned 19, February 14, 170, 5'10". Not small if you beef up a bit more. At 18, I was 5'15", up 7 the football. This is back here. But Pierre Martin, I think, he grew. At the draft pick, it was only 5'8" and 150, 154, or 146, by the way. He grew a lot for the last 6 months. He told everyone he's going to be at 5'10". He is. Now, his muscle mass need to, to grow wing every time like anybody else. But it will be interesting how he's going to turn around. Pierre Martin about Lane Hudson. But if you can get those kind of 170 and then 175 and 5'10", Montreal will be very happy about that. Detroit Red Wings are disappointed this year with all the free agent signature. What move they can do to consider improve this summer? But they did already, right? They trade Bertuzzi, they trade Ronek, they get asset, first round pick, second round pick. They are increasing the asset for the next now. For the summer, I think a defenseman, they have to figure out a top 3 defenseman. That would be great if they can do that. I still believe they need more winger. The center is pretty good over there, but they give a lot of money for Andrew Copp. I think the signature of Chariot and Andrew Copp does not pay off exactly what they're looking for. David Perron will be out after next season. I think he signed a contract 2 year for $4.5 million. I'm not worried too much about Eisenman's plan. I think he figured out very well. But they changed the words buyer to seller to be ready for the upcoming next season. And, it will work at the end of the night. Not too much worry about that, but great question for sure. There we go. Curious enough, I don't have him with the app next for some reason. Would be interesting what's going to happen. We sit on the audition. The only thing I would say to you is good for him or an advantage is a 6'3". And we don't have a lot of player like him and the Montreal Canadiens. So that would be one to see that. Did you see Philippe Egbert? Not recently, Blake. I didn't see him recently. Fleury looked like an old-time Fleury tonight. He's looking great in shape between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens. For Minnesota Wild Montreal Canadiens, because I was talking about my next subject about this. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to set up very quickly. We are already at 9:50. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to ask each player. Maybe you can tell me the reason, yes, you keep him or not, or I sign him or not, and maybe you can give me money. So the first player I want to talk about is Sean Monahan. Are you willing? By the way, on my question last night, on my I do a question every night on my channel. Yesterday was, do you sign Monahan to Drouin or not at all? Do you sign one of them and that would be the winner of that question was Monahan. Everybody, X percentage of people on my question looking for Monahan to sign with the Montreal Canadiens. But if you want him, are you willing? The Detroit Red Wings tied the game 3-3, by the way. About that, Jet 43-19, the shot. Fleury will mess it up from an attack. So, Sean Monahan, do you want him to stay with the Montreal Canadiens or not? How do you feel about him with the Montreal Canadiens? And if yes, how much money you want to give to him? We will mess up. CVSN, the best GM in the league. For Ron said no about this for the Montreal Canadiens for Sean Monahan. What another big save for the Fleury. UFA Monahan at $6.3 million. William McLeary, that's where he is right now. So the question, do you want to sign him? The Wing tied the game 3-3. Monahan gone, no room for him for Gary Cournoyer. About that. Luciano said yes, and then in our tap said $2 million for the because again I have a big family. I can see the app making trade with prospect. Do you let's see great players like a Huetcher, Mesarcher? It depends what you talk about, right? It depends what you get in return. At some point, they will have to do that to get bigger, better players, but who are and everything is very difficult. But at some point, with many assets they're going to get, they will have to do that. Money at 4.5 for 2 years for Claude Richard. Blake Weller 3 years. Then trade him at the trade deadline time in yes to Monahan, but only at the trade friendly deal in Rabinov. Thanks so much to be with us in Rabinov. We appreciate a lot about all the live we got already. Next player, guys, is Jonathan Drouin. I don't need to talk more. If you want to add his salary, if you want to sign him, I would like to know more about how long you sign him. 1 year, 1.5, 2 years, 1 million, 1.5. Not allowed. It's time to change the scenery. Everything like that. I'm not here to tell you they should sign him or not. I just want to ask you this question. We have about 12 players. We want to go through that one over there. So I want to sharing this in the chat. Money would be a jacket. Not a bad idea for the Blue Jacket. If they can get him a 2-3 years contract, about $4 million, I think it could be a good asset for them, Randy. Trade Monahan, they are an injury all around him for the rest of his career. About that, but you don't have to trade him. He's become a UFA, so let him go. But I can understand that. Final score: the Laval Rouse tonight 5-1, 60 more games to go. Drouin not allowed for Claude Richard. You don't sign him. You let him go. Trade Monahan with a prospect. That sounds good. Like I said, guys, they don't have to trade him. He become UFA. So his target is not going to be there for anymore. Free Drouin to the flipper. Drouin is bye-bye for him. KLS Razor score, died game and Octadown. Yep, 3-3 over there. Gary Cournoyer, Drouin gone, time for the chant. No room for him. So we are almost all agree with that one over there. For them, Drouin out, they will benefit him and the ABS. Here we go. Drouin out. Here's the Mike Hoffman, the next player from Montreal Canadiens. But before you give me an answer, all right, I want to explain what you can do with him. First of all, he's still 1 more year to go, $4.5 million next year, upcoming year. Secondly, you can buy him out. To buy him out, that would cost Montreal Canadiens 1.6 for the next 2 years. But that would save Montreal Canadiens about $2.9 million on the salary cap. So tonight, I want to hear from you. Do you keep him and you try to trade him at the trade deadline? Or do you prefer to buy him out and open a spot for another player inside the Montreal Canadiens? So this is my question I have for you for Mike Hoffman. Hard to not know to Drouin. He has overstay is welcome and Rabinov. Washington should sign Drouin. He will get assists on every evolution point goal. Drouin also trade with a prospect, but again, you don't have to trade him. They are UFA, Pierre Martin. So Drouin to KHL. I don't see Drouin in KHL, Randy. I'll be honest with you. I think if he has to go that direction, it would be more like Switzerland or Sweden or Finland Liga. But I don't see him on the KHL. Drouin to Calgary. I don't feel Drouin fit very well with Daryl Sutter. I've been next captain for the Abs. Unfortunately, I don't see that. For the you know what I mean, like he's already 33 years old, so I don't see this happening there. I've been to Calgary for Wolf with only 1 year contract. I don't see him to sign a contract. The Calgary is going to give a Dustin Wolf for Mike Hoffman. I don't see the benefit for the Calgary. Calgary. Nicolas de Gobi Bono is in the house. Hoffman keep for the trade deadline. I think it makes sense to me, Gary, about that one over there. Next game, Laval Rocket is Syracuse Crowns. Thanks so much. Hoffman leave Ab and become a 30-goal scorer again for N. Rabinov. Hoffman keep him and trade at the deadline. That's the second one from Gary. That's a great comments right there. Hoffman does not fit in Montreal. CEO. Can we keep Belzil? We're not there yet, Renault. I'm going to go on all these fun players, so I will give you that answer. Sorry, Blake. More like, please. Thanks so much for all the like we got so far. We have kind of everybody about that one there. So it would be interesting for Mike Hoffman. Some of them keep him and then trade him at the trade deadline. Nobody looked like he's going to buy him out. I meant for the fourth probably to trade for the Abs. Again, this summer they could trade him, of course, Richard and Nick Baudouin to the Abs. About that, Renault, possible. I'm not sure about this. And Renault, I just want to go through the list and then you can add more players about this because I'm going to get there. I don't know, promote Anthony Richard and Nick Baudouin anyway, Renault. He will help the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, you have rules, right? You cannot call more a 4 call up. Montreal already have 2 until the end of the season. And the Laval Rocket, they try to make the playoff. I don't think so. It will be really good for them at the end of the day. So Baudin and Richard need to be with them. The next player, guys, is Joel Edmondson. So a lot of rumors on the trade deadline about him. He was injury, everything like that. We know he has some kind of chronic back problem. And it's going to be 1 more year to go, 3.4, believe, for him. And that situation now, like Mike Hoffman, is the same situation with him. Do you keep him for the season until the trade deadline, or do you prefer the Detroit Red Wings take the lead 4-3? Again, Kubelik score. Do you prefer him to trade around the off summer because we have so many left defensemen, or do you keep him the season, stay around the team, and then try to trade him at the trade deadline? Coach UFA, but use all the card to either sign Monahan or trade him again with good prospect. Not really Pierre Martin. He's a UFA. So they can sign him, yes. But no team, Pierre, will give a prospect in return for the rights of Sean Monahan. He has no value for that, Pierre Martin. Yes, you are right. It's an option. But it's not going to happen. Because as you said, the value of Sean Monahan is nothing at the end of the night. It's only get the rights for him. So that's the reason I don't see this happening, Pierre Martin, about Sean Monahan. No, but next season, I mean, Emerson, or go trade him and Atap don't make me trade you, Toronto. Emerson trade him before the hurt himself again, Gary. Kubelik score. See you, Emerson, and equal Kleinberg, CR. Kleinberg is a right defenseman. He requests $7 million. Pierre Martin, do you give that money at Kleinberg at $7 million, $6 million? Emerson, trade more ice time for the young guys. That's a good point, Alexandre, about this one over there. That's conclude, guys. Joel Emerson. Renault asked a couple of questions. I will go back. Oh, yeah, one more to go. Seattle United was a close-up by fan. Emerson for a pick provide Ab retain no salary for the trade deadline. There we go. Or you can trade him during off summer. The next one guy is Christian Dvorak, and I put him there because I feel like he could be an option if they sign Monahan, everything. So if you go with Christian Dvorak, guys. What do you do with him? He still have 2 more years a little bit more over $4 million with the Montreal Canadiens. He's 26 years old, 27 years old. Do you expect him to trade him? Do you prefer him to keep him? And the Montreal Canadiens, what would be your option about Dvorak? That would be another one. We're going to get, we have about 6 more players to go through, guys, tonight. This will be the end of the show tonight. About Christian Dvorak. 6-5 for the empty net for the Winnipeg Jets. They just hit the post beside Fleury about that one over there. Let you know about this. Amazon looking for the right price. I keep right there. I don't know. The chat is slow right there. I don't have any. Okay, here you go. Claude Richard. Renault said trade Christian Dvorak. Thanks so much, Renault, about this. Dvorak, keep him. Solid 3-line center. Claude Richard, thanks so much for your comments. I like that. Dvorak, keep him, and we'll see at the trade deadline. Great point, Gary. Dvorak is not bad, but for a good return, ship him out if the return is not like this over there. That's happening about that. Thanks so much for all the likes, guys. Don't forget to click on the like if you don't mind. You have about 50 people. We appreciate everybody to be a part of the show tonight. The next one we're going to go around, guys, is Ren Pitlick. We have Pitlick, Belzile, Pesada. So my question to you, guys, is go around them. One of them, you tell me the name, or not allowed, or all three. Remember, guys, we have a lot of players is injury. Do you think they have a spot for the Montreal Canadiens next season in the roster of the 23 name roster? So Pierre Martin said, keep Dvorak, keep Dvorak, good transition, career to make it can be ready. No, coach, I'm suggesting give to up money and a prospect for a Canadian NHL. Same for Edmondson. Don't need them in Montreal next year. All right, Pierre Martin, thanks so much for this information about Edmondson. I agree with you. They could have those kind of information. They could get something like that for sure. The Wild score an empty net, and the Wild's going to be the Winnipeg Jets. I knew I should go with Minnesota. This is the last time for the Jet, guys. I'm telling you right now, the Jet can play Chicago. I go with the Chicago. This is done deal with Winnipeg. I know they are not a good team. I told you this in the beginning of the season. And after that, Marco told me, no, they are going to be great. They're going to be fine. And they prove it again tonight. Again, a team like Minnesota, again, they are like, back-to-back game. And this cut the leg of Winnipeg Jet and this standing, guys. And the Minnesota are the hot team. And I should go with Minnesota. Jesus. Anyhow, let's go move on about that one over there. I apologize for my keep Dvorak, good transition center. The time back can be ready for play. I like that idea, Alexandre. Dvorak, keep Pierre Martin. Most of the people keep Dvorak. I like that one over there. Pierre Martin. Dvorak would keep Ncat PS4 in the lineup. So other player in the last right place. What great said William about this. Danny, I agree with Gary. Awesome. Mayday, and Winnipeg, Luciano. Pitlick, an American Hockey League from Gary. That's one of them. Pitlick, bye-bye. Belzile, bye. And Pesada, keep for 1 year. And Artap from Artap for about, and look like the end. The red one look like the hand. The red one still 4-3. Unbelievable. How can you Winnipeg last tonight? Unbelievable. You talk about frustration, Calgary Flame and the Vancouver Canucks. Winnipeg Jet has become that team over there. Still 4-3, guys. And Detroit, we're going to do another overtime network game with a little bit over 1 minute to go. I think we don't need any of them, Claude Richard said. Thanks so much. Here we go. 4-2 Randy. Wall, keep Pesada, trade Pitlick, keep Belzile for Laval. Pierre Martin, great statement over there. And after going to the jail from Renault. Pitlick out, Belzile return on AZ, call up player, and keep Pesada is a good role player. All right, that's a great point about this. Look like everybody is it. Senator coach is always right, and you are wrong about that. it pissed me off, Danny, because it's my fault. That's what pissed me off right now. Not really good days, the last couple of days, but there's another subject. Pitlick keep Rainer Abdam. He want to keep Pitlick, Brazil out, Pesada, American Canadiens. Call the authority terminate Minnesota. Wait until Perfetti come back in our tap. Yeah, next season in our tap. That's a great point. By the way, you mentioned Pesada, Confetti is not playing now. Perfetti has a Confetti. Pesada keep Pitlick gone and Brazil. Here we go. William and American Quebec keep Drouin for Laval. Renault. Yeah, you don't need to get there for sure. Brazil top 6 for Renault. Pesada keep Pesada and for the cap Natal Renault, you are supposed to be on my side, Renault said Natal. That's the thing. With 5 seconds to go remaining, guys, on this game between the Chicago and the Detroit Red Wings. Will be interesting how they can do that. Another big save with the glove. 5.4 seconds to go remaining on this game. Thanks so much for all the likes we got. So, guys, don't forget to click more likes. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Here we go. We fixed those situations, guys. My next one, guys, is Justin Barron and Joan Armia. So, Barron came back, called up. Do you feel he should have a spot next year behind Kovacevic, Whiteman, Savard? And then Joan Armia, 2 more years, guy, at $3.4 million. So that's the contract for Joan Armia. What do you do with Joan Armia? The value is not great, by the way. So that's happening there. A quiz. Exactly, Randy. Likes. Thanks so much for all the likes we get. So Justin Barron, guys, it's Joan Armia. Helen Kiev in the house. Welcome back, Helen. Helen said our comments. David Rack, Hoffman, Dwayne Pitlick, Pesada gotta go make room for the prospect. A use will sign a few UFA for next season. Yeah, Dwayne will be out. Pitlick, I still have 1 more year contract. Pesada, 1 more year contract. Will sign few UFA. Possible there. Barron pairing with Madison for Gary Cournoyer. They'll go to the best of the AB. And then Edmondson, Armia, and Whiteman got out to go too. Yeah. The Detroit Red Wings win tonight, guys, but the score 4-3. What a great comeback from the Red Wings tonight. So we can save a decision with 1-1 tonight, but a Wild. Jesus, Wild. I should take the Wild. Edmondson, Armia. On the left side, and Barron and the third pairing, Armia out. So everybody looking for Armia to be out this lineup for the Montreal Canadiens. Barron in the third pairing. Barron keep Armia, trade for a bag of the donuts for Randy Walkman. Here we go. Pierre Martin, I agree with Randy and many others, guys, for Armia. It would be a little bit a contract hard to accept, obviously, for Joan Armia for the Montreal Canadiens back the wall. And that's what happened about this. We must. Tonight now at 10 o'clock, guys, start already the game between the Vancouver Canucks and the Anaheim Ducks. You can follow this game on the French station if you live in Canada and Montreal. It's on the TV as sport, or you can watching in USA on the TV, the TNT or Sportnet, the game between the Vancouver Canucks and Anaheim Ducks. Comments for William. Justin Barron, I hope make it into the lineup full time. Armia, I will try a move. Barron need to stay and will consider to improve. Armia is a good person, still able to play bottom 6. It will be not fine a trade for him. Here's the first one. Alexandre said keep Armia. Not a bad idea there, Alexandre, but it would be interesting what they have decided, around him. My next player, guys, I want to talk about is to complete my roster is RHP, Kuryanov, I apologize for that. I move a player right there. There we go. And Jesse Allen and Kurenoff, what do you see the Montreal can do with that part? You remember, if you add 3 players, you need spot, right? You have to remove some other players. But if would you like the Montreal Canadiens keep, all 3, one of them, 2 of them, not at all, or all of them? Coach saying it perfectly. Yep. Armia with extra baggage will be forced to keep him untradeable, Gary. Yeah, possible there. So Montreal Canadiens with Armia next year, like I mentioned to you, Armia is on the injury reserve now. You still have 2 more years, guys, at 3.4. That's a lot of money for the Montreal Canadiens to carry on. RHP plus Alain Plicquet is a great third line potentially. Yeah, they don't have no center there, but you can put Devorak between 2 of them. RHP, guys, is a guy can play with anybody. He adapt any style. RHP have to be a spot for the Montreal Canadiens next year. Islanen is maybe my 13 plus, 14 plus. Montreal go with 13, 14 plus, in my opinion. Kurenoff, all depends what's happening for the next couple of weeks with him. I think Kurenoff, I will give him a little bit like Kurenoff. Everybody knows he's going to be RFA. He have already a contract at 2.9. This is the one option, right? But they could have an agreement behind the door. What he said to him, look, we cannot give you $3 million. It's impossible. We'll let you go. But if you want to stay with us, we're going to give you a 2-year contract at $1.5 million or $2 million. I should give you a number here. They did the same thing with Pitlick last year. So what the player does is he become a UFA, but nobody offer him a contract because they are already in agreement with Montreal Canadiens. One is go to he put his name on the table like a UFA, and then he resigned with the Montreal Canadiens later for X dollar, 1.6, 1.8, 2.2, below of what he should get for the Montreal Canadiens for a 2 years contract. So that would be another option they can do with Kurenoff. There are other, like when you play with a salary cap, every time you want to know a little bit more, other option they have to do. So at the end of the day, do you think it's going to get that one or not about this? Let's see what we got here. Amia was going to get Rabinov is great third line personally. I got that one. Getty not wearing a boot now, maybe to be before the end of the season. Yeah, possible for him. Gallagher right now is on the ER with Evans. So the money, his contract is already involved with the Montreal Canadiens. So it's not end of the world. So they have enough money right now for put Gallagher back in the lineup for till the end of the season. Alebak was shaky tonight, Luciano. Another jet loss. Why? For that, Pierre IHP roster, Yalinen trade with another prospect. Kurenoff, not sure. Pierre Martin comments. Great sharing. RHP has earned a spot next year. I don't know. Yes, Kurenoff, too early to say, need to see more. Great comment for Gary. I love you guys. You consider the conversation about that. RHP has to stay. William is a part of the future culture. Allen is a raw product. Getting better. Kurenoff would like to see somehow. Great point about this one with that. Keep RHP and Island for in our top. Elebach have a really shaky game tonight in Winnipeg. I gave a contract to RHP Island, but not sure for Kurenoff. Need to wait to see. Here we go. Everybody looked like that way over there. KDS, glad Detroit stopped the bleeding. Congratulations, KDS, for that W after the losing, 2-1, 3-2. They come back with the goal. Kurenoff got to wait and see what he does in the next 18-20 game. Great point about this one over there. What are dangerous. And then Ab will look for domestic friend next season. I'm sure of that. Um, I don't see a lot of chance as a defenseman. Goaltender, no. Defenseman, Emerson be out, in my opinion. And possible Whiteman. But they're not going to bring much more. Forward, Caulfield, Suzuki, Anderson, Doc, Sakoski, Hoffman, Evans, Devorak, Gallagher, Armia. Right now, I have 10 players. Now we have 3 more spots for Peseta, Pitlick. Did I said RHP? I think I did. Kuryanov, Ilonen. So the spot guy for the prospect next season, it's not a lot. If you're thinking about Owen Beck or Sean Farrell or Joshua Roy, I think the Montreal Canadiens could add only one more prospect as a forward possible. So I don't want to go again, ULN. It just said, I don't know what kind of player they can, not returning with Montreal for the beginning of the year because they are tie ends up. Now they can maybe trade 1 or 2 good prospect, a pick, and then they can get a solid players. But I don't see Montreal to be really active at the UF3 next season. But we'll be interested. Open eyes like the bottom, careless. Then we get that one. William Snyder is in the house. Welcome aboard. That's funny. Ian, trade Armia, Columbus, and Ohio. About him. If we get better, we will have a redo to show. Gary. Yeah, that's another subject. Farrell, we get a contract. I agree with you about this. He's going to be a ELC. It's coming very soon. We talked about him a little bit earlier. I agree with you about that one there. Now, if he can play with Montreal or the Laval Rocket, next year will be the big question about that for sure. And then, so that's complete, guys. All the play we can look about this. I don't talk about the Sakoski, Doc, or Caulfield example, or Cooley, or because they are only one I will say I think he's be fine is Kovacevic. He's not to be worried. I have already a contract next season for 2 more years, by the way. So he's not too much worried, Kovacevic, when the Montreal Canadiens. So that's the reason I did not mention any other name. If I forgot one, get that. Or if you're thinking about this before we go, then tell me which players do you think which prospect you feel like is going to play with Montreal next year? Or you think he will make the roster? Is it Roy, Farrell, Mézard, Beck? They are really the 4 top forward for the Montreal Canadiens. Enneman, right? Defenseman, Mayu, Hudson, Engstrom. I don't think so. All 3. I don't think so. All 3 not going to make the playoff. The team. Barron and Armia keep for Claude Richard. Caulfield Rock for Claude Richard. For Danny, I'm sorry. Luciano C and Jan said A about that one over there. So that's what we got here, guys. I just curious if you think one prospect are going to be a part of the Farrell and Roy for N. Rabinov. It would be really fun to watching the rookie camp, the development camp, and then who knows? They pick number 6, 7. My only thing I would say to you for 6, 7, 8, whatever they pick next year, most of the team, most of the players are going to be an NCAA or they have a contract in KHL, like Michkov. Fantilli go back. Fantilli could make the NHL, but if they pick Walt Smith example, but Smith is another go to NCAA next season. They get Benson. I don't think so. Any player right now going to be drafted by the Montreal Canadiens are going to join the team next season. I don't see this. I might right there right now. His conference will be a KO next season, Luciano. Beck and Hudson should make the team. Go Richard. Farrell and Roy for Rabinov. The only problem with Hudson, if he's going, I think he's going to returning and NC one more year. But you never know, Claude. It could, if he was available, it could maybe, be about of this one. Gary Conway, Ireland and Byron will make the team for Gary next season. I expect that too. At least something happening for the Montreal Canadiens, honestly, right? Whiteman have a one more year contract. You can buy him out or send him back in Laval. That's not a big deal for Whiteman as a plus. Belzil is UF3. Christiani is UF3 next season. Pesada is RFA. Harvey Pinard is RFA. Jesse Allen is RFA. So what happening with them guys if they sign him a contract and if they are not making the spot with the Montreal Canadiens in September or in October, all three become now they are not they are on the waiver, so they can be put them on the waiver and anything can claim them at some point. Allen, Harvey Pinard, and Pesada, they are three players become their RFA. For Kuryanov, he become an RFA, but again, all depend with Montreal Canadiens what he's going to do about that. Another player called Caulfield is going to have a new contract. At some point, we're going to talk about the contract of Cole Caulfield. But other player like Jake Evans is senior is a done deal, and that's happening about that. We'll see what we got here. RFP has been impressive. Willie, I agree with you. I don't see Rockies make the team, but if we see many calls out for Roy or Farrell or young guys from Laval. Absolutely. Pesada contract is worth every penny. At $700,000, yes, he is right now. Will be interesting how much he's going to get next year for Pesada with the Montreal Canadiens. What would be your third choice? Evans, Jake Evans. Well, Evans guy is at $1.7 million, like I mentioned to you. 2 more years to go. I think he'll be fine, right? And he support very well the bottom six, right? He's really still he play on special team. On the PK, it's good on face-off, and you put all of them together. I think that will be something, they can check about that. Thanks for saying hello, Danny. And that's what happening. And then what would be your third choice about that one over there? Now, that's conclude, guys. All the roster for the Montreal Canadiens we got tonight. We want to talk about this. So I just want to move on with all the news we have today. For the Montreal Canadiens, I think we talked about 90 minutes from the Montreal Canadiens. I think it was pretty cool to see that for the Montreal Canadiens. And NHL, guys, I want to mention news about NHL happening today. The Philadelphia D'Angelo got suspended 2 games after his peer Corey Perry. Ottawa Cam Talbot is going to be out for a minimum 3 weeks. The Columbus Blue Jackets signed the 25th overall pick first round in 2021. The right defenseman 6'2", Carson Sedman. Then the Vancouver Canucks signed an extension contract with Guillaume Brisebois. Finally, they return in the minor the goaltender Silov for the rest of the year. Possible. We'll see happening to them. But that's what happened. Vancouver Canucks is playing right now against Anaheim Ducks. The game just started. You can watching this on the channel, Sportnet, TVA, or TNT Sport if you live in USA. I'm here a couple of more minutes, guys. If you have any question in the chat, ask question, put the letter Q, and I will answer to you. I'm just going to go around the league tonight. It's very quiet. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back at 7 o'clock. Montreal Canadiens hosts the New York Rangers at the Bell Center. Before Saturday, they host the New Jersey Devils. I will be definitely do the play-by-play, and we do the warm-up show. Don't forget my app, the news. But tomorrow, possible, my app, the news guy, is going to be on the carry price only. And when I said that, it's not going to be a subject. It's going to be more is top 20 best save he did during his career. I produced a video like that. It'll be interesting if you're going to like it or not. But I think I'm going to release this as more like an app the news to skip one night of the app the news. I Dungeon Chance, William Sander. Hoffman is the key for Montreal. Danny. See you, Luciano. Thanks for say hello, Danny. And that's what happening there. Do we have any other things going on here in the chat? And I don't think so. I think we're pretty good about that. We have 35 likes. Not a bad night. Hopefully, guys, you're going to come back. Remember, guys, we do show like that every time what Montreal is not on the ice, not play a game. So we're going to create that one over there. And we're getting close, guys. We are right now on the fourth quarter of the season in NHL. Most of the game, the team has less of 20 games to go. The wild card is open up right now in the East Conference, right? With the Pittsburgh Islanders, Detroit, Buffalo. We have the Panthers right now, and Ottawa. 5 teams right now to find this spot, 2 spots on the Eastern Conference. On the Western Conference, now the Winnipeg Jets last night, and then that will complicate a little bit the situation. But still, Calgary chasing them. The Nashville Predators are trying to be on the race, survivor mode for them. And but again, the Winnipeg Jets right now on the bottom. The Colorado tried to catch up the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild guy are on fire right now, and the Winnipeg Jets, the Minnesota Wild with that W tonight, guys, tie up the Dallas Star with 1 game. They play 1 game over of Dallas Star, and they are right now 5 points in front of Colorado with 3 game in hands for the Colorado Avalanche. With that, last tonight, the Winnipeg Jets are set right now, position number 8 with 35 points. They have right now tied 4 points behind in front of Calgary Flames. So the Flame guys, with all the drama, with all Max Strom and Huberdeau and everything, they only are right now 4 points behind the Winnipeg Jets with 17 games to go. Unbelievable to see that on that one there. If I have the schedule, let me check the schedule, guys, of the Calgary Flames. I lost my this page. I have a page right now. I could tell you the schedule, but I don't have it in front of me. So I apologize for that one over there. Have a good night, Luciano. Hoffman is okay. And I thought then I put Hoffman on the first line. I danger. Price. I love Pierre Martin. TNA, I would sign him, Carrie Cournoyer. The only problem, Gary, is that part is too many players at some point, Gary. And that would be the problem for the Montreal Canadiens because you use Jake Evans as your full center. But he still have some kind of hockey sense, right? You can see his experience on the ice, and I agree with you about that. It's just like, no spot for Montreal Canadiens right now, unfortunately. Do you think Avalanche would be okay in the playoff? Evan thought they were murky and on the trade. They are a good team, right? Their speed, they are Mekar, Georgiev is doing not too bad. Again, my concern for the Colorado Avalanche guys is it good enough to play a 6-7 game in the playoff against Dallas Star, the Minnesota Wild. The captain's coming back. Yes, but he didn't have no game this year. And this is my biggest problem with that part of it. I'll be a little bit worried to start the season with the playoff with him, in my opinion. So the Anaheim Ducks score, guys, over got the Vancouver Canucks, and they look like they're not playing well, the Vancouver Canucks right now. The goal of the Terry at 340, and they're all over the Vancouver Canucks. So this game, guys, is very important for the Montreal Canadiens. Why, coach? Because here's the point here, guys. Let me check, go back on the league. So on the league, Montreal Canadiens are 27. Are tied with the Vancouver Canucks. And Vancouver Canucks have one game in hand. So tonight, the Vancouver Canucks, they got 1 point. They are in front of Montreal Canadiens. Arizona are 3 points behind Montreal Canadiens. Same number of the game. And tonight, Anaheim are 7 points behind Montreal Canadiens. If Anaheim win tonight, they are going to be 5 points behind the Montreal Canadiens. So Montreal need to drop 28 or 29. That would be awesome for Montreal. But it would be interesting to see that. You just beat to a comment I was about to make. Here we go. 1-0 Anaheim. Great mind if like and that. Calgary has played and 23 one game. If they have only won 5 or 6 of those games, they would not be a position there. They are in. Great with you. Coach, we should talk about the fighting in the NHL. What you talk about, like specific fighting, Pierre, or specific players, or what? Evan would be the 13th forward. Gary. Good night, Nicolas. Merci d'être avec nous ce soir. I will need a stiff drink before the tackling. Got the subject, Pierre Martin. Go Ducks, go Ayot, go Enox. So I can only open up a door for that one there because I think it will be a little bit longer. Maybe sometime we can talk more. Then here is the new Chuck Norris of the Sweden Hockey League. Does not to push up the heart, get pushed down. Here we go. Montreal will finish bottom 4 or 5. Take it to bank. About that. Yeah, something like that. I'll be agree with you in that. About fighting, I don't know, Pierre. You talk about the fighting. They have a big conversation, guys, in Quebec, the province of Quebec, about stop the fighting and the QM, the Junior Major Hockey League. Look like the politician and everything. They are really talking about to stop the fighting. Right now, every time you have a fight in the QM, the player got a 10 minute, a 5 minute, and a 2 minute. So you're losing a player for 17 minutes. They have only 79 fight in QM this year over 500 game in QM. It's like 0 point whatever it is, right? Or 1 point whatever it is percentage. To stop that, what they want to propose is if you fight, you get out of the game and you get a suspension after that. 1 game, the next game, again, you multiply every time you fight. So 2 game, 5, 4 game, everything like that. No, it's fighting is sorry and evil in the NHL. There you go. I think it will be there. I don't know. I think at some point they're going to go, they would disappear, maybe without the rules. That's my feeling about that. My only concern, guy, about fighting is this part. Or if I want to open the door a little bit for a couple of minutes, all right, is if a player get hit, right? Any player get hit, Trouba hit someone or, whatever happening, a hit, a good hit, right? And the player fall. And what maybe is one of the star, whatever it is, right? But what happening right away there, the opponent team running after that player and drop the glove. And I think this is a little bit too much for me because sometimes it's a good hit. And the player just take advantage of that and drop the glove. So I think you have to some kind of understanding for the players. Not because someone get hit, you need to fight all the way. I don't see this yet. The disappear fight in NHL. And look about happening in the European League. It's ugly over there, guys. No fight, but they use this stick like a hammer. That's the problem. They have so many cheap shot behind the legs and the cross checking and the face. It's just terrible. And I think for me, fight will always stay there for right now in NHL, but you don't draft anymore fighter. You don't have goons anymore. The four line guy is talented, is skill wise. Their skill is better. Yeah, I know anymore. You still have some kind like Delaurier and but Jekai is not a goons. Jekai is a solid, good defenseman, talented and skill wise. You just don't see with time is all going to disappear. Those kind of players I'm talking about. So yes, Pierre Martin, about your question, and would be interesting the time we tell us. By the way, Adam Angstrom is a Bourgogne prospect, is having a good season. So yes, Gary, one talk about Armstrong. I think I make a video last week about him. Where is TOI is excellent. He have an amazing, great season after he come back for the World Junior Championship. It's another wild card for me for the Montreal Canadiens. Good defenseman, really played a 200 game very well. It's rare you get many points in that league and you're on your first year freshman. So great point to talk about, Adam, for sure. Agriculture, that's funny, like a coward. And that what would be interruption about that schedule. Thought fighting and the playoff is way down. The pressure is immense. William, I agree with you about that one. Any player can use the stick to hit someone instead of automatic suspension, no pay. Clean it is awesome. Illegal is with intelligence like a nini. Deserve the election. I agree with you about this, Pierre Martin. It's just for me when I said that guy is like, it's almost like an automatic. That's, it's like in baseball in the past, the pitcher hit the hitters and the bra was happening from the bench, right? And I feel the same way in NHL right now. If you have someone hit someone, whatever is the result, right? And the player are running after that player, like, I just feel like it's not necessary. Fight should bring respect on ice. The intention to hurt another player should be a massive suspension. We need to good old days fight, Danny, about that. So we have a lot of comments, guys. I'm going to finish almost the show right now. I want to finish with my last question of the night, guys. And I will try to put this on right now. Just give me a couple of seconds. My question, guys, because today is the International Woman Day, right? And a lot of people, a lot of team recognize the woman now in the front office. They have referee now in American Canadian. They have linesman as a woman now. But again, I don't think so. The job is not done yet. It's really small of what my expectation is in hockey. So my point of view to you guys is this part. My last question of the night. Do you see any woman behind the bench at any moment? 3 years, 5 years? Do you see one day a woman become a head coach in hockey? This is the final question of the night. I would like to hear your point of view. And this is the day today. And I just applaud hockey mom, woman, single, whatever who you are. I would just say to Hockey National Show 1-2 said, thank you for who you are and what you bring on any sphere in the world. We need to be respect about each one of you guys. We have to recognize you equal like who we are. And to be sure this is a message going to go all around the world, because without them, this will not be the same. And I just want to sharing this for all the women in the chat. We don't have a lot, but we have to recognize them and said, thank you. This is your day. You deserve it. Well done, my friend. So here what we got here in the chat. Thanks so much for all the like. If you don't do it, like, please don't forget to do it. So many game I was in, and honestly, a fight come about between two combatants. Both them all lift up. They are its friend, respect, and baseball player. Know if you show both after a home run, you will get then on the next at the bat. Organic fight or gay stage fight, no way. It's coming. Coach Danny. Georges Larac said yesterday the fighting is not like the 1990s. There are no more going in the league. You need to be accountable for a 30 hit. Gary Cournoyer was said from him. Not my like last time in a shot. Not player already have a hard time respecting the coach today. Luciano would be behind the ab bench with Martin Saint-Louis. I think it could happen, but it will have to someone who knows the game well. Mind you, I'm pretty old, William. About that, tomorrow 11 game on the schedule. So no, but I hope we will see a woman engineer first, and after many years in the NHL, maybe no woman can be a good head coach. Pierre Martin. Yes, coach is coming soon. Daily Pardon would be the head coach soon. Now is the initial work. It will not surprise me. Yann Genet. I can give you my 2 cents about that. I don't see a woman behind the bench for has a head coach. First of all, they have a lot of women knows hockey. They really study the game and they are really good. But obviously, as a head coach, here's my biggest problem. As imagine the woman, whatever her name, or whatever she comes as a head coach, come in the locker room at any time, and all the men are whatever undress the players, everything like that. I don't know if a player will be comfortable. I don't know if she'd be going to be comfortable. And I don't know how far we can go with that one subject about that. And I don't want to, to be our coach. You don't have an open mind. It's just like I've been there. I know how this works. Now we have more reporter women in hockey now for the last 5-7 years. The player are dressed up behind, and then they pop up in front of the camera or the mic, dress up. It's been like this now forever. So you have women in the locker room. That's not a problem. They open up the door 5 minutes after the game, 10 minutes after the game, whatever it is. And the player, what they do, they don't dress in the locker room. They have their style. They go behind and they get their, dress up, whatever they want to be, and go back in front of the mic. That's how it works. But I don't imagine a woman as a coach, because you go to the locker room anytime, and I don't know it's going to be open up for that one. And that's a coach is not the same, right? You don't go in the locker room at any time, and maybe before the game, we have a message, whatever it is, the player already, So I'm not sure. But again, that's nothing again, their skill, nothing about how they knows hockey. Some of them know better hockey, like what we know already. I'll be honest with you, so many women is better to me, right? But to become a head coach in NHL, I don't see this on my lifetime. I'll be shocked. Assistant coach, one day it will happen. I don't see a problem with that. You already have a lot of women working behind the scenes, like a video coach or analytic coach or everything like that. Marie Poulain now, she's assistant coach development for Montreal Canadiens. You have, Gaston Gay now, assistant general manager. Can we see one day a general manager in hockey woman? Yes, I would not be surprised. But as a head coach behind the bench, I don't see that. We'll see what happened about this. Not soon. When he has a fight at the Bell Center, everybody is saying up. It's sharing Gary Cournoyer. Yeah, so, hypocrite in French, right? Or hypocrisy, crisis, I think it is in English. I'm not sure. Hypocrite. Maybe Danny can put the word in English. Right? They are the fans, right? Because that's the society we are, right? And when we have a rules in society, if you decide you have no fight, right? Or they have a rule in society, we said to you, you cannot steal, right? If you steal, you get penalized, right? Punished. You're not supposed to murder anybody, kill someone, right? But people do it anyway. So if you have no fight, I'm pretty sure they will fight at some point. Whatever is the rule said, no, you cannot do. You will pay the price at the end. But that's what I'm talking about, the hypocrite behind that. That's the society. And I'm telling you right now, you are right now in your bedroom, the TV is on, Montreal play, and you're right now in the bedroom and you hear Chekai set up a fight with Delorier. What happening? You get out running from the bedroom to watching what's going on. Same thing at the defense and at the Bell Center. They stand up when you have a fight starting. It is what it is, right? But I'm not said right, wrong here. I'm just sharing other option about that. In my opinion, the best coach is ex-NHL players about this. Then I agree, Pierre. They are a huge reason the media and the NHL allow women in the dressing room, but I cannot sit here. Manorium would be great. I coach the WHL highest level in women hockey play, Mercer and Ohio State, early 2000. Best player, Megan Augusta. We play a boy, a AAA, midget, a last good, great, but not there yet. William, thanks so much for sharing with us about this. Exactly, coach. Only two things bring people out of their seat, a game, fight, goal number 2. William McLaren. Yeah, great way to finish the show, guys, or that way over there. That's conclude, guys, the show tonight. I would like to hear from you. If you don't mind, if any subject we would like to hear, you would like to talk about, please share it with me. You can email me and Arthur will let me know, or you can directly send me an email to me. And I will share. LUCIANO was good last season. During the summer, we open up more subject around the league. During the show, we talk about Montreal, but you want to hear about specific players from Montreal Canadiens or prospect or NHL draft 2023. Please, I'm telling you right now, this is the show for you. This is a place we're sharing knowledge about hockey, and this is about that part of there. I'm glad the show is increasing a little bit. The night we bet 40. Hannah, a breakaway now. She coming in the back door. Break save at Damco. 5:32 to go remaining. First period. We have penalty for Vancouver again. And Gabriel William. I really care about a fight and the NHL. I'm a big fan of the UFA at the Watch of Fight. RJ left 36. Thanks so much for all the likes, guys, we got tonight. Don't forget, please, to click one more time for the like before you leave the building. And sharing this video, guys. You have no reason this channel, the night at 9 o'clock, we cannot be 50, 60, 70 people. You have no reason. I don't know if it's me. I don't know the continents. I don't know what is wrong. But I still believe this channel should be more people in the chat. I understand Tony at 10 o'clock, Frank at 8 o'clock. Hey, that's okay. I'm not Tony. And Tony does his job. He does an excellent job. And Frank does a great job too. But you have no reason here we cannot have more people. And we need to find an answer very soon before this could be the end. But we have to figure out something. But until then, my friend, of course, we want to thank each one of you. And we want to wish you an amazing, great night. But you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Yes, you have greatness inside of you, each one of you. Thanks so much, all the moderators, to be a part of the show tonight. All of you, you did always an amazing, great job. And all the people in the chat. And I can mention Willie, William, Yann, Pierre, Gary, and many others, guys. Blake popped up earlier, and I can show up a lot talking. I don't want to forget anybody. RG Calabro, another one over there. You guys, you're a big supporter of the Hockey Nation Live Show. From the bottom of my heart, for the Hockey Nation Live Show family, we will say to you, thank you. We are really grateful you join me live every single night, and you still believe at the Hockey Nation Live Show. I don't know the for sure. The only thing I know, I have to pop up tomorrow night for another warm-up show at 6 o'clock p.m. Until then, my friend, be well, be healthy, Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the first half of what? I heard you. 2023. Have an amazing, blessed night, everybody. Sweet dream. Until then, of course, remember, we love you, everybody. Have a good night. See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. before the game. Montreal Canadiens.
So misguided. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Oh, 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 oh.